Sports, we begin our 7-week coverage of the richest showroom stock auto racing series in the world, the Rothmans Porsche Challenge. Round 1, Mo Sport. Good afternoon and welcome to Mo Sport Park in Ontario and the inaugural event in the Rothmans Porsche Challenge. I'm Joe Tilley with my co-host Richard Spenard. Richard is starting from the pole in today's race. Richard, you've got a good spot to start from, but the competition looks tough.
Matter of fact, it's going to be a tough race. We have Bill Adam on my side. Bill Adam has a lot of experience. We have Claude Gou behind me. If you look at the grid, it's very, very tight, so I expect a lot of fight here.
31 identical brand new Porsche 944s are lined up on the grid, and fourth spot will be 19-year-old Claude Bourbonnais from Ile-Petro, Quebec, driving for Optomizzi.
Number 86, driven by Kelowna's Case Nierop, will start 5th.
Number 21 from Indianapolis, Indiana, Kurt Matthewson.
I think, of course, Case Nierop and Richard Spenard will be very tough. They're right next to me, as well as Ludwig Heimrath. I think it'll be a very competitive race, and you're going to see a few cars pull away, but it'll stay in very close packs and very tight racing. But I think at the end, I'm going to come out on top.
I will win it. There's no doubt about it. It's in the bag.
I stand as good a chance as anybody to be out in front when the checkered flag drops.
Oh, I'll win for sure. No question about it. Ludwig may be second if he hurries.
If there's someone in front of me, I think I would pick Richard.
I hope to win. You know, I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have any chance to win.
All right, Richard, everyone thinks they're going to win this race. We'll find out when the green flag drops on the first ever Rothmans Porsche Challenge on CTV's Wide World of Sports. Back to Mo Sport. This series and its $275,000 points fund has attracted some big-name drivers and some big-name sponsors. How and why is Shell involved in the Rothmans Porsche Challenge?
Joe, Shell has a long history of association with the Porsche works in Germany and throughout the world, and we couldn't think of a better way of demonstrating our technological excellence in motor oils than by forming this association here in Canada.
What exactly is your association in the challenge?
We're a part sponsor of it, and we're sponsoring the TLO portion of our product line, and it is indeed the oil that's running in these cars.
Who is the best driver in Canada? That's what David Deacon wanted to find out when he first conceived this championship 2 years ago.
The fact that all the cars are exactly the same, exactly equivalent, and so you're really talking about driver skills. And when you see how tight the racing is, you realize how true that is. To watch Case Nierop and Richard Spenard yesterday dicing for the pole position and just, a couple of tenths of a second apart, it looks like it's going to be some pretty good racing.
It does indeed, David. The cars are moving out from the grid. We'll go one lap behind the pace car, then take the green flag for a 15-lap sprint over 60 kilometers. Let's take a look at this track, Richard.
Mo Sport is a very difficult, very demanding track. 10 turns that vary from 50 kilometers per hour in second gear to flat out in fifth. From the camera here in Ludwig Heimrath's car, we see turn number 1. At racing speed, we take it flat out in fourth, approximately 150 kilometers per hour. From turn 1, we cross a hill and dive into a fast left-hander, turn 2. Then up the hill and downshift to third gear for turn 3.
We also have a camera fitted in the fifth car, driven by Case Nierop of British Columbia.
Coming out here and entering this series was very much a bit of a worry to me, because 80 or 90% of the people running here in the Rothmans series are from this area, and they know Mo Sport. They've done their 1,000 laps or whatever. They may not know the cars that well, but they know the track.
From Claude Gou's car here, we're approaching corner 5. Corner 5 is called Moss Corner. It's the most important corner of the track here because it's very slow and it launched us toward the long straight line, so it's a very, very important corner. Any mistake here would show a lot on your lap time.
Moss turn leads onto the Mario Andretti straights, and as you see from our helicopter, it's not really straight at all. These cars should hit 200 as they crest the hill. Now we're in Bill Adams' car. Bill is a Canadian driver who's had a lot of success south of the border. He'll start from the front row.
Because the cars are so equal, it's also helping the drivers. The drivers are staying very, very close, and you've got a remarkably tight field here. The top 20 cars are within 2 seconds, which is really astonishing.
Pace lap is nearly over here as we come around corner 10. From the exit of 10, I'm focusing on the starter, waiting for that green flag. And I want to make sure that I will stick to my inside line in corner 1, carrying a lot of speed and hopefully I'll be able to,
And there's the green
get
flag.
into corner 2, leading the race.
As the field storms through turn 1, it's Richard Spinard in car number 42, leading by half a length from Bill Adam in the other black car, number 3. The red machine snapping at their heels is driven by Claude Bourbonnais. Nierop has moved ahead of Claude Gu to take 4th spot. At turn 2, Richard Spinard leads a train of 31 Porsches. Bill Adam is glued to his bumper, followed by Bourbonnais, Nierop, Gu, Kurt Matthewson, and Scott Maxwell. At the hairpin, turn 5, Spinard leads by less than a car length.
Up the back straight, Bill Adam is glued to my bumper and using the slipstream. He's going to use the advantage, and of course I won't make it too easy for him. I'm going to stick on the right, and he will have to try to go around me and pass me on the left. But having the inside line in corner 8, I'm probably going to be able to stick on the inside and go side by side in 8 and 9.
And they are side by side going into corner number 8, and Richard is taking the lead from Bill Adam. As they go into corner 9, yes, Richard has, in fact, taken that lead. Around turn number 10 and going into the front straightaway to end the lap. It wasn't easy, but you managed to maintain the first lap lead. Only 14 more to go. Oh, spin at turn 8.
That's Terry Barkhouse from Moncton. He did a high-speed double spin and didn't hit anything. He was very lucky. You don't usually get away with these kind of stunts.
Well, we're on lap 2. The top 4 are broken away by a second and a half. They are Spinard, Adam, Bourbonnais, and Nierop. And Nierop is all over Claude Bourbonnais. We've got a terrific dice for 3rd place. Claude Bourbonnais and Case Nierop battling for a position. Here comes our leader around turn 5. Oh, well done, Richard. You've opened a little gap over Bill Adam, but look at this fight for 3rd.
Hughes is trying to line up Claude for a slipstream pass. You can bet Claude Bourbonnais is watching his mirror very closely.
Don't look now, Richard, but Bill Adam is lining you up the same way. This is Adam's view. Just ahead, the race leader, Richard Spinard. Were you trying to block him?
No, not really. Just trying to break the slipstream.
Look out. Claude Bourbonnais is off the track. Oh, through 3 layers of catch fence. Driver looks to be all right, but that 944 has depreciated significantly. So at the end of 2 laps, my co-host Richard Spinard leads in the downtown Fine Cars Porsche. Second is Bill Adam. There's Claude Bourbonnais walking back to the pits. Case Nierop inherited 3rd place after that crash. Claude Gu is 4th, a few seconds back. The American Kurt Matthewson holds down 5th.
My rear brake locked and the rear end just went away and I couldn't catch it. I was missing road. That ended up in the guardrail.
What do you think of that explanation by Claude Bourbonnais?
Pretty good excuse, but I think he just broke too late and his back end got loose on him.
As we move to our helicopter shot, it appears that the driver in 2nd place has an advantage on the straightaway shot.
Well, especially along straight as Mosport, you have the slipstream effect. If you follow the leader, you have that slipstream that pulls you toward that first car.
Here's Bill Adam making his move on the outside, but he's not going to get by you here, Richard. Let's drop back in the pack now to 13th place and our 5th camera car. This is Ludwig Heimrath dicing with number 9, Gord Cullen. Heimrath outbreaks Cullen. Oh, but he can't quite hang on. Oh, that's the same place where Bourbonnais went out the track. Oh, Ludwig is fortunate enough to get back on the track. He regains without making any contact.
Richard, how does this car differ from a factory Porsche 944?
Well, it's very similar. Outside, it's the same engine, also same transmission, same everything, tires and wheels, except for the safety device we have to add to the car to make it more safe on the racetrack. And it's mostly inside. You know, we have a net here in the window in case you roll over, your arm doesn't fall off the car. We have a major roll cage in case of crash again, in case of rollover especially, and also some side collision that you could happen in the race. So the car is much safer, much stronger because of that. We also have the Contour racing seat, which make you tighter in your car so you don't move. And we have the big safety belts, which is, again, stronger, so in case of a major crash, you're very tight in your car and you don't get any injury.
At turn 3, the gap between second and third has closed right up with Case Nierop breathing down Bill Adams' neck. And if we can swish back to fourth place, look at this, a 4-car fight. Kurt Matthewson just jammed his way inside Claude Gou, and he's moved into fourth spot.
Here from Claude Gou's car, approaching corner 5, Claude at this point should just judge the traffic, the driver in front of him. Oh, he get touched here, gets in trouble. Get passed by a car, get passed by 2 cars actually. Just a little mistake and gets into trouble.
Up front, we've got a 3-car race as we near the halfway mark. Barring catastrophe, one of these 3 full-time professional racing drivers will win the first round of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge. Will it be Richard Spinard, Bill Adam, or Case Nierop? My co-host Richard Spinard has held the lead early. We'll be back with more of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge. Welcome back to Mosport. I'm Joe Tilley with Richard Spinard. We're watching the first round of the 1986 Rothmans Porsche Challenge. We've got a terrific 3-way fight for the lead going with Richard, Bill Adam, and Case Nierop. Race is just past the halfway point. We're working the 8 to 15 laps. Richard, it looks to me as though your car is sliding more than the other 2. Were you having problems?
No, not really. I was just pushing maybe a little bit too hard and got off my line in corner 2, so I went wide.
Turn 5, you still got the lead. Case Nierop, oh, look at that. He goes right on the grass as he tries to sneak by Bill Adam. Richard, you must have been feeling a little pressure at this point.
Well, definitely. Seeing Bill Adams' black car just catching up to me every time on the back straight, it's very difficult. You make some advantage or you get some kind of a lead and you lose it every time you go up the hill. It's very difficult to keep the lead. I don't know how long I can hold it. Here, Bill Adam actually passed me. So definitely I couldn't hold it too long. Here I'm second behind Bill Adam. Right behind me is Case Nierop. I made my car very wide that time so he can pass me. And we just follow each other just like a train, corner 8, 9, and 10.
So after 8 laps, we have a new leader, Bill Adam in car number 3. Bill calls Hamilton, Ontario, and Miami, Florida home. He's moved into the front. Richard Spinard and Case Nierop couldn't get any closer without being in Bill's back seat. As we watch the 3 of you go at it, Richard, let's talk a minute about the championship.
Well, Joe, the concept is really quite simple. Each Porsche dealer in Canada was able to order a special version 944 from Germany. It's the same car you can buy with all the performance suspension options, without air conditioning, of course, power window, and fancy radio. As I said before, only safety modifications are allowed, and Porsche Canada checks all the top cars after every race to find any cheaters. That's me in the middle here with Case Nierop trying to pass. I hate that.
Pirelli's high-performance P700 are the tires which work best on these cars, and the rules say everybody has to use them. Pirelli does testing at every track and even recommends what pressures should be run. The dealers then try to find the best racing drivers to campaign their cars. There's a lot of pride involved for the dealers, just like there is for the drivers.
Some of us have had a lot of success in big, powerful cars, and it would be pretty embarrassing for us not to do well here.
So by matching all the best drivers in identical cars, we'll be able to determine who the best of the best is, or at least who is the best Porsche 944 driver. The prize money is very good, too. This series has a prize fund of over $275,000. Also, the top 3 drivers at the end of the year will share a ride in a Porsche 962 at Le Mans next summer. Fast cars, fast drivers, good sponsorship in every race on CTV. It's a winning combination, and if the racing we're seeing here at Mosport today is any indication, this will be a great championship. Before the race, I asked Bill Adam for a prediction. He was remarkably accurate.
I think the top 3 group will be Case Nierop and Richard Spinard and myself. You're going to have to drive a flawless race, and I don't expect to see anybody break away and establish a huge gap where they can maybe back up and save their car. You're going to have to run as hard as you can for the whole race, and I will predict that the top 3 cars will stay very tight, and then the next lump won't be very far behind, maybe only a couple of seconds behind.
That's me here in the middle in corner 2, getting loose a little bit. So therefore, Kees Nierop just take the advantage and try to slip by me in corner 3. But having the inside, I can stick around and hold my position.
You've been racing a long time, Richard. Tell me, does it get any closer than this?
Not really. This is one of my best races in my career. Having a 3-car battle like this with identical cars has to be a very, very exciting race for all of us.
Oh, spin at corner 5. Not one of the leaders. That's Charlie Goodman. He'd been fighting back and forth with Yuli Bieri for 16th position. He should be able to continue.
Meanwhile, at the front, the order remains Bill Adam, myself, Kees Nierop. A new factor is coming into the race. We're beginning to lap some of the back markers. Number 5 is Terry Barkhouse. He is very polite, and he waves us all by on the front straight away.
After 11 laps of racing, the official top 5 are Bill Adam, Richard Spinard, Kees Nierop, Kurt Matthewson, and Chris Gleason. You know, if there's one thing Richard Spinard hates, it's being second. Go get him.
Well, here I'm following Bill, and I know by following him for a couple of laps that in corner 3 is a bit slower. So I'm going to try to dive into corner 3 at the inside of him and take the lead. There I go. And from now on, I should have a clear track in front of me until I catch up to another back marker. And what is important at that point is just to do perfect lap, a lot of precision, and especially exiting corner 5B with a lot of speed. Oh, geez, it looks like I really broke Bill Adams' concentration here. He got wide in corner 5, and Kees took advantage of this, so passed him. Here we are in the same position, actually where I belong, leading the race. Kees Nierop second, and Bill Adams third.
At the end of the Andretti straight, you've pulled out the biggest lead of the day. You're using the slower cars like a running back used as blockers. Despite Bill Adams' miscue earlier, he still is very much in contention in third place. 3 laps to go, and this race is far from over. Will Kees Nierop be able to mount a challenge for the lead? Will Richard Spinard be able to hang on? Stay with us. We'll find out when we return for the run to the checkered flag. As you can see, we've got a big crowd here at Mosport for this inaugural Rothmans Porsche race. Here's the order after 12 laps. Richard, you're back in the lead, but Nierop and Adam are right there with you.
That's right. I've opened up about 2.5 lead over Kees. I think he's been distracted by having to fend off Bill Adam. They're slowing each other down while I'm able to pull away.
Let's run down the rest of the order. In 4th and 5th, we've got Americans Kurt Matthewson and Chris Gleason. 6th is Claude Gu. 7th is Scott Maxwell. Rick By, Paul Tracy, and Ray Coffey are running 8, 9, and 10.
Bill Adam gives us a good view of Kees and I leaving turning 5. See how Kees is in the white car, ran 2 wheels over the curb. This is a dangerous line because the car is unbalanced. When it bounced down on the road, you could easily lose traction and maybe cause a spin.
Back at the hairpin, watch out! Dave Aberman making his own interpretation of the line through turn 5. At the end of the straightaway, the leaders are lapping a slower driver. That's Richard Spinard in the black car coming through on the inside. Kees Nierop in the red and white car is very close now in second, with Bill Adam 2 lengths back in third. As the leaders round corner 10 and cross the start-finish line, they will have completed 13 laps, 2 more to go. Let's swing back and check the interval between Bill Adam and Kurt Matthewson in 4th place. That's Matthewson in the white car, number 21. He's 11 seconds back, and he, in turn, is well clear of Chris Gleason in 5th spot.
The organizer of the series and also of the Canadian Tire Formula 2000 Championship is Jack Christie.
Well, David Deacon, general manager of Porsche division of Volkswagen Canada, approached me in December of 1984 with the concept, and we discussed it for a couple of months, Joe, and the more we thought about it, the more we were confident it would be a tremendous success. we proceeded with doing preliminary organizations, and then we brought in Rothmans, our traditional racing partner worldwide, and thereafter Shell, Pirelli, and Sun Ice.
The opening event in the Rothmans Porsche Challenge is underway. You must be pretty excited about it.
Oh, well, it's like giving birth. I've had labor pains for the last couple of weeks, and it's just exciting to see 31 cars out there. You know, and they're all racing so close. It's a beautiful event.
Well, maybe a beautiful event for the spectator in a close race, Joe. But for me, Case Nierop in car 86 is just a little too close.
As Bill Adam goes up the back straight, you can see Case Nierop's car just ahead. Richard Spinard is just ahead of him.
This is a good illustration of slipstreaming or drafting. You can see how the trailing cars are able to close up on the car which is breaking the wind in the lead.
Case Nierop pulls out to make a move on the leader. From Richard's camera, we can see Nierop edge just ahead and shut the door. My friend doesn't give up easily. Striking back immediately, he's got his nose right under Nierop's bumper, and they jostle through the S's. But Nierop hangs on around the final turn and over the start-finish line. Case Nierop from Kelowna, BC, has taken the lead at the end of the 14th lap to become the third driver to lead this tremendous race. Last lap, once more around Mosport's 10 turns. Case Nierop qualified 5th, moved to 4th in the first turn, moved to 3rd when Claude Bourbonnais crashed. On lap 12, Nierop slipped by Bill Adam at Moss Corner, and he finally took the lead with little more than a lap to go. In racing, it only matters who's leading at the checkered flag, and right now, Case Nierop's chances are looking good. Turn 3, Richard Spinard in second place has 7 turns to go if he's going to make his move. He's running out of time. And we're back in the car of Richard Spinard looking at the leader, Case Nierop, just ahead, as they dive under the bridge and into turn 4. Heading up to turn number 5, there's Nierop braking. Oh, and he swings a little wide. Spinard, he swings way wide on this corner. Spinard has taken the inside. And as we move into corner number 6, Spinard now on the outside. These two are really battling for first place here. We're moving to Bill Adams' car. Bill is thinking about moving up as well. But look at Spinard and Nierop. They are eyeball to eyeball, and they're actually touching mirrors. And look at Adam using that slipstream to gain an advantage. Is he going to try to move up on the left-hand side here? It's a battle of chicken. Who's going to break first? And it's Nierop. There's Spinard moving in on the inside. They're coming around corner number 8. Spinard is in front. Case Nierop is in second, and Bill Adam is in third. Here's Spinard coming up to the final turn. Turn number 10. One car in front, and he can see that checkered flag. He moves to the outside. Richard Spinard sees the checkered flag. He wins the race, and what a race it was. The top 3 cars were within 1 second of each other at the finish line. The Americans, Magnuson and Gleason, hung on to finish 4th and 5th. And if you enjoy this event, you'll want to tune in for the next 6 Saturdays. Wide World of Sports presents the entire Rothmans Porsche Challenge Series. Here's another look at lap number 14. Nierop is just past Richard at corner number 8, and Richard immediately strikes back going into turn 9. Both drivers claim they never touched, but look at this, judge for yourself. The winner pulls into the victory circle to the cheers of the crowd as Richard Spinard unbuckles. Let's look again at the turning point of this race. Turn 5. Case Nierop pushing perhaps a little too hard. He drifts into the corner and goes into a big slide at the exit. Congratulations, Richard. That was a super race. What did you do in the corners to beat him?
Well, it's just a matter of, I guess, have a better feel and be smoother and not scrubbing speed. A matter of not doing any mistake. Keys really looped it on the last lap. He did a hell of a mistake. He almost lost it. So I could at least go side by side with him on the straight line, and at the end of the back straight, I just didn't let go. I had the inside, and he had to go to the outside, and I won it.
It's the first time you've had this car in a race situation. How did it feel?
It's the first time I drive a 944 actually this weekend. I never drove a 944 before. It's very nice actually. We adjust the handling, we adjust the alignment and everything, and it's beautiful, really nice.
So Richard Spinard takes the early lead by 3 points in the championship standings with 6 races to go. Next weekend we'll be back at Mosport, and you can bet Bill Adam and Case Nierop will be looking to even the score. Bill Adam, driving for Performance Cars of St. Catharines, Ontario, will take home the 3rd place trophy and prize money. Case Nierop from Kelowna, driving the Vancouver MCL Motors entry, places 2nd. He was so close, he must be disappointed. And the winner and championship leader, downtown fine cars, Richard Spinard from Shannonville, Ontario. As you can see, my co-host is a little busy. I'm Joe Tilley. For Richard Spinard, told me it's race number 2 of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge next weekend here on CTV's Wide World of Sports.
Smoother all over, face, neck, and sideburn.
Wide World of Sports, race number 2 of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge Series.
The battle continues. Round 2 of the richest showroom stock series in the world. The $275,000 Rothmans Porsche Challenge. The battlefield for round 2, Mosport Park, Ontario.
Welcome to week number 2 of CTV's Rothmans Porsche Challenge. Last week we saw a tremendous 3-way battle with my co-host Richard Spinard coming out on top. Tell me, Richard, can you repeat last week's performance?
Well, if I wouldn't think I could, I probably wouldn't be here. Mind you, it won't be easy. You know, it's a very tough series. We have equal cars and we have good drivers. So every week it's going to be very different, and hopefully I'll have chances again.
Runner-up last week was Kelowna's Case Nierop. I asked Case about the incident on the last lap that cost him the race.
Things were going very comfortable. I was quite comfortably in the lead and coming into 5. Now, all of a sudden, the back half of the car was coming out a little further than it was supposed to, which allowed Richard to come inside me a little bit. And because I stayed on the power, we went up the straightaway, side by side, door handle to door handle. Going into turn, I believe it's 8, we braked late, and making Richard brake even later was the idea, to make him go wide, me being able to come back on the inside of Richard going into turn 9. It didn't work out that way, but you know, that was the original idea.
Who's going to win the race today?
I will, for sure.
On the grid for today's race, we have the same cast of 31 drivers in identical showroom stock Porsche 944s, with one notable exception. Number 9 will be driven by Scott Goodyear, considered to be one of the finest drivers in North America.
There's going to be a group of 5 cars, I think, at the front. Foremost, you're going to have Richard Spinard, Case Nierop, Bill Adam, Ludwig Heimrath Sr., a lot of guys that have a lot of sedan experience. This is something new to me, and if I can get up there and be in the middle of that battle this weekend, I'm going to be quite pleased.
Starting from the pole will be another Scott, Scott Maxwell, 22 years old. Does he feel any added pressure?
There's a bit of added pressure, especially with veterans like Spinard and Nierop behind me, but I've been there before, and I'm not too worried about it.
Well, we're all set to go for race number 2 of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge. My co-host Richard Spinard is starting from the number 4 position today. Richard, last time you started from the pole, is it going to be tougher starting from number 4?
Well, you know, 15 laps, it's a fairly long race here. It depends on what kind of pace the guys in the front are going to take. Hopefully I'm going to be as fast as them on a straight line. If it is the case, I shouldn't have too much problem. But it won't be easy, there's no question about it.
All right, we'll be back with race number 2 of the Rothmans Porsche Challenge right after this.
The pace lap is underway here at Mosport. Let's take a look at this field. Maxwell and Nierop will start 1-2. In third spot, a man who was racing at Mosport before Scott Maxwell was even born, Ludwig Heimrath.
We felt that's a stock production series, so we just get the car like everybody else did, load it up in the trailer and come to Mosport, and we felt, because we know the racetrack, we're going to make it, but we qualified 19th, and it was a shame, you know. So we felt we have to do something for the next race. We have to come better prepared, and we did. We came better prepared, and it showed off yesterday. We got number 3 starting position, and I don't think it's too shabby.
The pace lap is almost complete as the field creeps around turn 10. The pace car is off, and all eyes are watching for that green flag. Scott Maxwell has the advantage starting from the pole position. There's the green flag. The race is on. The field charges into turn 1 with Maxwell leading from Nierop and Heimrath. Richard Spinard and Paul Tracy are side by side in 4th place. From Bill Adams' car, you can see that fight for 5th between the black cars. Oh, they hit Tracy and Spinard at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, really, Tracy tried to push me off the track in the first lap, which could be very dangerous, especially in corner 2. Tried to pass me, tried to squeeze me in the inside, and could lose control because of that very stupid move.
Nierop pulls inside on Maxwell, but he can't quite get by. Now we're in Richard's car.